Welcome to another episode of Chew the Fat.
Chew the Fat, that's right.
You weren't next to me this week. Myself, Daps.
Myself, Soups. What are you saying?
Watching Bayern. Not quite. No. Oh, that's right, people. We have the Bayern game on right now.
Versus PSG.
Presume Tottenham is still... Chelsea is still winning 1-0, unfortunately. Hold tight, Jay. I know you're happy.
Mason Mount, done the business, didn't he?
Yeah,
made
absolutely.
it 1-0.
But the reason we are sat next to each other, in fact, firstly, happy hump day, everyone.
Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday.
One day at work and then you hit hump day. Got to be a good week. But the reason we're sat next to each other this week is because we have two guests officially for the first time since December in the cave with us. We needed to bring them through because the work they're doing. The latest edition, soon to be released.
Yep.
Never a Foul channel. It kills us both slightly.
Oh, it does.
The Red Sea podcast. What is good?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. It's good to be back in the cave. Not been for a little while.
James,
First time for me.
You were a regular here, isn't it?
That's it. No, it's nice to be back. Finally, to get around amongst it. And just talk about what we got going off.
Yeah.
Because the
Big
Red
things coming.
Sea pod is here, man. It's here.
Here to stay.
That's it. Now, a long time coming. It's good to finally get it off the ground, isn't it?
So, for those that don't know, we've got obviously on Never a Foul. We had Chelsea early doors, Blue Wave. Then end of January we released Feed the Goat, the City channel, Views from the Skywalk, the Tottenham channel, the Arsenal Way, the Arsenal channel, and Trafford Tunnel. And I wanted a Liverpool channel. But
a little bit. Just a little bit.
No. We definitely wanted a Liverpool channel.
I think it's more like a needed Liverpool channel.
yeah, I was
More
that was
Yeah.
the thing. We needed a Liverpool channel. Now the problem I found very quickly is so I'm the one that does a lot of the following and unfollowing on the Never a Foul Twitter. And the one thing that and just like algorithms, I was working out kind of how you times to follow people, times not to follow people if you want to maximize the number of people that follow you back.
Yeah.
And there was this one group of fans, and it's like if the team wins, follow them after the game, they'll follow you back. If they lose, don't bother, because then fans are not going to follow you back. An hour before the game, when the team gets released, active. The minute you kick off, don't follow people. They're busy. They're watching the game.
Yeah.
This one group of fans, right, just would not follow the rules, right?
Yeah. Scousers.
Bloody Liverpool fans, right?
100%.
And so then I spoke to my boy who for over 10 years has been, it's his living. He runs Football Talk, where he runs 4 different football websites. And I spoke to him about it and he was like, no, bruv, don't try and break that.
You're never going to get it.
Unless you've got YNWA in your bio.
Yeah, it's not happening.
They're not going to follow you back.
Yeah,
And,
it's not happening. Yeah.
So, and I've been on to James from the get-go about him doing it.
Yeah, we had numerous conversations, and my thing was from the start, if we're going to do it, it's got to be done right. Because I told you from the get-go, Liverpool fans, and being a Liverpool fan, we're a strange bunch, yeah? We don't really mingle with other fans. We're in our own community.
Bubble.
Yeah, it's gated.
Okay,
Yeah.
you say you're your own community, so you're saying you're a cult.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. This is a cult. It's more than football. It's a way of life.
This means more.
This means more. Exactly. It's more than
There's a
football.
little hashtag.
Yeah, it is. It's 100%. It's more than football.
It's a different country, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, 100%. We'll take that too.
Different language.
Yeah, everything's different.
I wouldn't be surprised if Klopp comes out and actually says that as you're a different country, you should automatically get Champions League football now.
Add it to the list of excuses.
That's it. No, but we're not here tonight to make excuses. No. Obviously, I think where we're slightly different, and where I think we've had some successes is that we just tell it as it is. Like we're not trying to dress it up. It's not rosy every single day being a Liverpool fan. Some days, like last night, had to just drop it like it was. It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, we've been riding
to
away,
be
haven't we,
fair.
for 3 years, so it was always going to come to an end. And
Running away for how long?
Here we go. Thank
3
you.
years,
Thank you. Why 3 years?
Well, if you look at
result-wise, maybe not trophies, but
I think if you look at the progress of the team from where we were to where we have been to where we are now,
yeah.
I'll give you 2.
it's
I might give you 2. I might give you 2.25 at best.
I'd even go further back than that.
Really?
You look at
I wouldn't say 3 years.
So if we break it down, like forget this season, because this season you can't have. Right?
Yeah,
last
100%.
season you can definitely have all day long.
Mhm.
The season before, okay, I will give you that. Although you didn't win the Premier League, you came second and you won the
We ran
Champions
you
League. So
hard.
you're definitely having that.
We ran City
Season
hard.
before that, I'm not taking that. I don't get what you did the season before that makes you be riding any sort of wave.
Champions League final.
I'd say the waters were very, very, very gentle, and that there was no sign of any
We
black flags.
we were carriers away from a Champions League win.
Yeah, 100%. I think the general trajectory of Liverpool
So
Football
you
Club.
were maybe on the runway, but not.
We
Yeah,
hadn't taken off.
front-
yet.
front wheels
Yeah,
weren't
we
taken
hadn't
off.
taken off yet. No, but the general
Front
trajectory of
wheels
Liverpool
still
Football Club since Jurgen Klopp has arrived has only been
Taxi.
upwards. How many finals is it now?
Well, he lost the League Cup and then he lost the Europa League and then he got the Champions League final twice.
Twice, yeah.
But you're definitely 2. Let's not argue over a couple of months, but I'll give you 2.
Tomato.
That's it.
Tomato.
Well, I've been enjoying the last 3 years, put it that way.
We'll
We've
say
to the
that.
Hodgson era.
Yeah, exactly.
Christ.
How long's Klopp been there now?
5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 5 years this year.
Did him and Pep arrive same time, pretty much?
No, Pep. What's Pep now? 6 years.
Nah, hold on, right. So, 3. So, first year we won nothing. Second year Premier League. Third year Premier League. Fourth year. This is his 5th year.
5th year.
It's his 5th
So
year.
so Klopp's in his 4th.
Yeah, because
He's
he came
dropped
in,
he's
November,
dropped
December time?
Yeah,
or
November,
something.
December. So he came in just,
Pep was in that summer then.
Yeah.
And Klopp was in
and then Klopp was in the
halfway
winter.
through that
Did he?
season.
October.
Came halfway through.
Yeah,
Well,
October.
it was-
Wow.
Yeah.
So someone
November
like
time,
United
yeah.
probably missed him by a matter of months.
Yeah, well,
He
there
was
you
meant to be
go.
on the old break, wasn't he? And then
Yeah, and then it was all going on in the background.
suddenly
But-
actually was.
But I mean, I know it's funny because when he, beautiful Bayern,
Why not?
get
It's good.
in.
Equalised, Thomas.
Six-
Pat. No, why am I celebrating?
So what's
Do
the
you know
score?
what?
What's the score
Actually,
now?
So it's
2-2, but
It's
Paris
2-2,
got
but
2 away goals, didn't they?
PSG were 2 up, right? And now it's 2-2. And this is why I want PSG, because they're 2 up and they're just weak at the back, man.
They could capitulate.
Interesting. Anyway, so when he first joined you, we want to talk more about the pod, but just while we're on the subject, when he first joined you, obviously that was when probably Pep and Jose was supposed to be. They were the biggest rivalry with
That
Pep.
summer, yeah,
And-
it was heavily built up on it.
Yeah,
Pep versus,
and that was the whole
versus
thing.
Jose.
And I think Klopp was going to be doing the whole. I would say what Klopp did is he did a lot of behind the scenes work for the first season and a half, getting the fitness up,
Yeah,
just getting.
yeah.
Wasn't
If
a lot
you
to
want to
work
play
with,
my
was
style
there?
of
Well,
but also it's the
it's
fitness.
tricky,
It was like you man need to
Oh,
be fit
100%.
as hell.
If you look at the amount of injuries he had in his first 6 months at the club,
Yeah.
players dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people saying, you can't play that style of football in the Premier League. The players aren't
Yeah.
up to it, the this and that.
Mhm.
And
Heavy metal football, wasn't it?
heavy metal football, rock and roll football. Yeah.
Huh?
Do you see what I'm saying? They were saying that we couldn't play that style, yeah?
Heavy metal football is started.
That's it. And
Love it
ultimately,
started.
but no, credit to him. He just persevered, didn't he? And to get to the Europa League final and arguably go against Dortmund, who were the best team in the competition at that time. And I think we were down after the first leg, weren't we? Took them back to Anfield, and even Dejan Lovren got in on the scoring, didn't he?
Yeah, we needed a big result at Anfield, didn't we? That was the beginning of the believe, wasn't it?
That's it. And then he came out and made the statement and said that he wants no fans to leave before 90 minutes.
People were going
Also-
out 85th minute, wasn't
That's it.
So that is probably what led up to West Brom away.
it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it all makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. But that's what I'm saying. The uncultured of the footballing fraternity in England wouldn't understand stuff like that.
James, it doesn't.
Because it's a Liverpool thing.
James. Can I just be clear? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Does not make
What
sense.
helped me, you look at Arsenal, trust the process, and we've been in the wilderness for what, 20 years in terms of our lifetime of watching football.
Definitely.
So, like you say, you come in, Europa League final, League Cup final, get in the
Steady
Champions
trajectory.
League title
Yeah.
challenge, just missed out, Champions League
Yeah.
final, just missed out.
Yeah.
But you could see a 5-year plan, and it ended up winning the big biggest 2 trophies. With Arteta and Arsenal, you can see, some of the guys on the Arsenal way. There's not really an obvious trajectory going forward.
100%. 100%.
So we bought into it, didn't we?
I think, I don't want to make this too much about Arsenal, but I get their trusted process, but I don't really think they fully know the process yet. No. I think the problem is with Arsenal is their process is so long.
It's heavily disjointed. Like I said on their pod when I was commenting as it was going along, it's Northside was almost kind of say it like the club's rotten from top to bottom because the board don't know. They don't know what the manager's doing. The manager don't know what the board's doing. The players don't know what the manager's doing. And Mazza said the same thing. Like, if you was to change the manager, would it improve?
But this is a thing, right? Me and Chris were saying this before when they were screaming Wenger out. Like, Wenger's keeps getting contract renewals because he's hitting the objectives the board's giving him. Yeah. Therefore, what do you think another manager's going to be given the same objectives?
100%.
You said new manager bounce, and then after that,
then
what?
Then what? 100%.
I mean, I think that's. I think so. Back to Liverpool. That is what is so interesting with you. I mean, we spoke earlier about your summer.
Yeah.
And that is what I think is going to tell us everything
100%
this summer.
We've been saying it, haven't we?
Because if you don't address quite a few things this summer, because we've got to be real. I believe Winnie's definitely going, right?
Still 50-50 as far as I'm aware. I mean, after last night when the old George controller disconnected, have you seen that meme today?
No,
where he's standing on the edge of the box when Madrid score their
Who
goal.
was that?
Gini.
And
he's just not moving. The whole goal from the throw-in.
Yeah. What, he looks not there?
7-8 seconds.
But the thing is, he looks tired, man. He looks knackered, firstly. But secondly, so you've got him maybe going. I'll stand by my word. I think Salah or Mane, one of them's going at the very least. What, their contract signed?
To add to it, not
but this is the thing, their contract signed.
They've each got 3 years left on the deal, haven't they?
Both 28.
Both 28.
That doesn't mean a thing, does it?
No, it doesn't. But what it does mean...
It does. It means...
It doesn't mean anything.
It means you don't have to sell them.
But what it does mean is that if a club wants to go and sign them, you're going to have to spend big bread.
You have to spend the money. You have to spend the money.
And
that's what it means. That's what it means.
And Liverpool...
You're in a good position.
Yeah, and Liverpool and... our director of football, so to speak, Michael Edwards, is extremely good at getting what he wants in terms of a fee. Coutinho being an example, and everyone turns around and goes, "He's still spending Coutinho money, this and that."
You say it.
It's a rolling joke, but it has to be one of the best bits of business.
How much money do you think is left from that Coutinho deal?
Oh, it's done now, isn't it? It's all done.
We got Solanke and Brewster 40 mil combined.
Yeah, still flowing as well.
Oh, you still got credit then?
We've still got credit.
How did you do that?
Still credit.
But if you look at the fees that he gets for these players, it's insane.
Mental.
And you think to yourself, how have you managed to do that? How have you managed to convince little old Bournemouth into 20 M's for Solanke?
What was the Coutinho?
142 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, around
that's
142 million.
Still. That is
twice what he was worth.
That's what I'm saying. But at that point, his stock was high. He was doing the business.
That's
super.
He was doing the business.
Not that high.
No, but Neymar's not. Neymar's 250 M's. Let's be honest.
The point was 60 M's.
That's what I'm saying.
When you look 140,
it's crazy.
That's it. But this is what
then the Barcelona. I bet they wish they didn't spend that now. There's a pay the eighth of their debt off.
100%. But there's a constant theme of transfers that people forget. Take the player out of it. Excuse me. Take the skill of the player out of it.
I get it. It's
what is the value to that club? What's the detriment to that club?
Coutinho was not that.
He was worth 140. No, but he wasn't. To us, he was worth that
because it was January. That's why.
Yeah, 100%. You can't go and get a replacement, really. And the replacement which we did go and get, fucking navigator.
Was he Coutinho?
That was the replacement, bro.
I thought he was more of a deep line.
No, this is like a year in advance as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I saw a madness online. I saw a whole thread. Yeah. Where someone was comparing Naby Keita. To Paul Pogba.
I do this.
I do this.
You compare Paul Pogba.
not in terms of position wise, but massive fee.
Okay.
Massive letdown.
Okay. He doesn't always dictate.
No, it doesn't. And the player can't be responsible. Right.
Harry Maguire
just done business. Mbappe just done the business. It's the fee. the fee can't be blamed on the player.
No, I agree.
Yeah, the fee can't be blamed on the
There's
player.
circumstances to make that fee.
100%, and that's the problem.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
If you look at Naby when he came in with a lot of promise. He came in with a good solid reputation, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did.
What's your
And
views on
you
that?
signed him mad early, right?
Well, I mean,
the year before.
I'm not going to pretend I knew a great deal about him because I don't watch German football. But £60 million on an energetic African midfielder. You know, they've got that really good energy in box to box, etc.
Yeah.
So you're expecting big things a year in advance. We've got that signed, sealed. He's coming.
Yeah, he knows he's coming.
We'll wait a whole year for him to come in, and he came in at the same day as Fabinho. Yeah, Fabinho, in my opinion, is arguably after Van Dijk and Salah one of the biggest next one on the team sheet.
Yeah.
Keita is. I'm still waiting. 3 years in.
The thing is with the Keita thing. Here's what frustrated me from the off, and almost could have been or could be the kiss of death.
Mm.
You know, when we signed him, the day we signed him, Steven Gerrard was at the club, met him at the club, and handed over the number 8 shirt.
Oh.
That's the kiss of death. That's the kiss of death.
So cute, so cute.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the kiss of death, isn't it? That's the kiss of death. That's the kiss of death. And look,
did you get the police escort in where you have to do a?
Well, you boys did, and look how that worked out for you lot.
But yeah, your police did us dirty. First team to ever be sent in a different route.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. You needed it. Yeah, you needed it.
Look what happened when those type of things don't happen, James.
Look
what happened when those things don't happen at Anfield.
Don't worry.
4-1.
The fans will be back in next year.
And all those dirty
Hopefully we get down some games together.
That's it.
Get the Red Sea product and running.
100%.
So yeah, let's get back to talking about you guys. So obviously. I've been hitting you up for the longest, James, to get you on. And to be fair, the one thing you always said is that you wanted to do it with someone else and it had to be the right person.
100%. 110%.
And then, I meant to actually, then you and I went on a podcast.
So you met me together.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
you and Northside.
We did.
And
we were on a scouting mission.
Yeah.
And James was doing his usual set. I wanted to put a clip up.
What's James's usual?
James was... There was a point about I think the topic was talking about attacking midfielders, right? And James started talking from the keeper, to the wing backs.
Yeah, I did the whole.
Then into the middle of the pitch, and I was sat there.
I'm a Liverpool fan. He's going to say everything. There's nothing left to say.
And it was on a Zoom call where it was all weird as well.
Yeah.
It was weird. And you couldn't see it. And I was looking at everyone else on the call, and I kind of waited for you to take breath, and then was like, James.
Yeah.
Northside, what do you want to say?
Yeah.
Because it was like, I can't.
No,
you know what it is, James? You're so knowledgeable.
Do you know what? You have to shout out to Torch for what he's doing with his channel. His socials are really good. He gets good views as well.
That boy's shown me a massive
he's doing
100% massive shout out to George because
he's doing really
he's helped
well.
me. He's helped us with something big.
So
100%.
I said to him, I've always got time for him because he gave me that was my first ever.
Yeah.
Not
and
just me.
He had his Twitter taken down recently.
Yeah, his Instagram got kicked off. Yeah.
Why do they do that? Why do they keep taking down people, man?
Yeah.
But so then the link up was, and I remember when the call finished, the second time it finished, because I think it finished once and we jumped back on. Then it finished again, and I think you messaged me, and I was like, "Is that 3-2 now?"
Yeah, 3-2. Mbappe again.
Project Mbappe. What? Project Mbappe's back on.
Oh, Neymar.
That's another conversation.
And I was like, I think you messaged me saying that we'd go, and I was like, no, I'm done now. We're not going back. Because it was pretty much wrap up time anyway. And then you were like, I really like that Southern Scouser.
I think the words were, I found my partner.
And I was like, and I like that North Star. North side. And we were like, cool. And we both went off in opposite directions to find. And
definitely.
I got a message from James through the Twitter, and obviously I've only ever done it.
James
slid into the DMs. He did. But up to that point, it was me and my camera.
literally.
But no, to get a message from James like, we're doing this thing, never a foul. Liverpool. Obviously, we hadn't named it at the time. Liverpool channel. What would you think about teaming up together? And then We had a little chat.
Over
Twitter. We both lived half an hour away.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Both football coaches.
Yeah, it was really
both
weird.
Dads.
Yeah, you said to me,
everything.
The stars are aligned.
Yeah,
so many parallels. So many parallels.
Both were red Y fronts with the bird on it.
That's it, mate.
What bird is it?
The liver bird.
I'm gonna have a calendar in my bedroom for the missus. That's about as far as I've got.
Calendar.
And I've got a nice smart cushion as well on the bed.
Wow.
But
this is
nothing
wrong with me. That's Liverpool for that is Liverpool.
But this is just it. Yeah, this is just it. When we were talking, there were so many parallels. So
we clicked straight away.
The football thing, both sons play. We both coach.
Yeah.
The fact that you've got relatives that live within the same village as me.
So you've got people from around here.
Yeah. So I lived in Leighton Buzzard through school, and then after school we moved to Marston Mortain.
Okay,
not very far.
And
then I met Lucy, who lived in Leighton Buzzard, so it was natural to go back there. I knew everybody in there. Moved back with her, and we've sort of gone from there. And my mum and dad's still there, and so I used to work in Bedford as well. So I've gone out in Bedford. So
that's it.
Where you guys have probably done your business DJing.
That's it, mate.
So I know the area. So
I was telling him. I was telling him about our history earlier.
Sane is tearing them a new one.
He is. He's on it.
So obviously both Liverpool fans, both nearby in the area, both delusional. It just makes sense for you to hook up,
team up,
do something together.
And then the funniest bit is, and it wasn't on purpose, but obviously we had a call and whatever, and I can tell you know what, the one thing I always say is we never felt is it's the vibe, and
energy is
important.
Very
it's
important.
vital. It's vital. It's like because this is a long journey, right? And it's an enjoyable journey if you're doing it with the right people.
That's right.
If the energy's not right, I can't do it because
100%.
This is a long hustle and it will lead to too many arguments. It will lead to me losing my head too much. And straight away, even, do you know what? And even before we talk about any content owners, when me, Soups and Ty first spoke about it in here, we spoke about the energy.
Yeah. No, we did.
We spoke about the energy and the vibe and how ultimately we know each other are good people. My people, my family knows Ty's family, your family. We all know they're good people, and it has to be that. So I could see that in you straight away. But then it was down to let's make a logo and let's do this and let's do that.
And that's when the work starts.
The work, and then you realise that you're working on a Liverpool project.
Dun, dun, dun. The whole process has been really organic, to be fair. Obviously, I've known you guys since I was an angry preteen.
Since you were in short trousers and that. Yeah?
That's it. Since I'm
a bit more new to it.
Yeah, since I was an angry preteen. So you guys kind of know what I'm about and what kind of energy that I bring. If I'm in something, I'm fully in. I'm 100% in. Yeah.
And actually, I remember saying to you that that's what I wanted. That although you've been repping Never Fail from the beginning, but that I wanted you involved.
Yeah.
Because you deserve to be involved, to be frank, to be part of it, so that when things really do start moving, that you are getting something out of it as well.
I just think if you're going to be in something, give it everything. Don't do half and half. You've got to be 100% because otherwise it don't mean nothing. Yeah. And the person I was going to do it with, and to have a partner to do something with, it's got to be on the same vibe. And I have to give massive props to SS with the Twitter stuff. He's been absolutely smashing it. Honestly,
it shocked me, to be frank. I knew you grabbed the Twitter. I didn't realise you put bloody work in and got action. So I was shocked when I saw that.
So you need someone else who's cult status as well, who wants to be part of a cult.
Definitely, 100%.
They want to push the team.
100%. And the thing with the Twitter is where it's worked well. Your thing's a Twitter, my thing's Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
So I focus on the Insta, you focus on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Occasionally we'll cross and do a few bits and whatever, not so on and so forth. But the communication's there, and that's what's important.
Yeah, we laid it down early, teamwork.
Yeah, that is good.
And every day we talk. We'll talk in the morning. What's the strategy? This is what we're going to do today. Yeah. This is how we're going to push it.
Both get out of bed other times.
What are you wearing today? But seriously, don't.
Come on, James.
That's it, mate.
Do you know what? I'm slightly waiting for James to obviously Adam, you've been here for a little while. Obviously, you've got your Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, same. He's gonna reveal it, isn't he?
James, what he's got on underneath.
He's got his top. He's got his.
I came modest today.
I even put a top on as well.
You know, I was holding up Liverpool shirts thinking.
I put a top on. And yesterday I had a Real Madrid top on.
You know what? I thought
today.
Oh, there it is. No, but do you know what? You say that. I pulled out the Paris. I went to the Paris side of the wardrobe and I was like, do I wear the shirt? Do I wear the full tracksuit?
Wait.
You're going out.
Did you say Paris side of the wardrobe?
Yeah, 100. Like, I'm big on the PSG collection. I like doubled up on the coach's jacket, doubled up on the tracksuit. 100%.
Project Neymar.
Yeah, bro. Nah, like this is the thing. The thing is, though, and that's another thing where we're the same. Yeah, we always say we're football fans before we're Liverpool fans. Yeah. So
I disagree totally.
Nah, it's just the appreciation of football.
I
just don't like certain teams.
Thing is,
Chelsea being one of them.
I just don't have to hate there. That's the problem, mate.
You definitely don't. You're a nice guy.
I do for certain teams. I do for certain teams. But you think, my brother's a Chelsea fan, yeah. So big up Ryan, big up Turk, yeah.
Big up, man, like Turk.
He's a huge Chelsea fan, and you know he's a real Chelsea fan as well. He's not gassed up like that, yeah. He says it as it is.
Go the opposite way, yeah. To be frank.
But having to deal with that,
also Fat Frank as well.
That's all of that. But having to deal with that growing up, listening to that in the house and all of that, yeah, it's made me have a real dislike for Chelsea fans. Nothing personal against anyone, but it is a real dislike.
Don't lie.
Yeah,
what do you mean personal?
Still.
Nothing personal.
I've been brought up. My brother Samuel, he's a massive Man United fan. So
big up Samuel.
Someone's got it, haven't they?
We've always
big up Samuel to the
absolutely.
Right, City will
be featuring. Watch out for him on Southern Scouts. I'm going to get him on once we
can. But please do and give him all the time in the world.
We've watched each other's teams in Europe, and we support them while they're on TV.
You've seen us
in
with
Europe.
Champions Leagues.
Yeah, obviously when it's us against us, United against Liverpool.
Well, I'm just keeping quiet.
It is what it is. But when I met Lucy, she was Man United. You know,
that's your missus.
My son's Chelsea.
Sounds like a very fickle household.
Yeah, so I made sure my daughter was going to be Liverpool. So I was talking to Ty earlier in the group, and I sent him a picture of when we went to Liverpool for my 30th. Sky full Liverpool kit.
That's it, mate.
Got to get it done. Sky number 4 on the back.
Went to the Albert Docks.
Yeah. I see what all three of my boys are. All three of my boys are Liverpool fans.
Jump in the bins and that.
No, they don't jump in their bins, mate. But all three of my boys are Liverpool fans, and that's important. I think your kids should follow the team that the father is.
See, I let Warren choose his own. He asked me a few questions. Who's top? Who wears blue?
Yeah,
that's the same answer.
Who wears blue?
Yeah, we was 5 when he chose the team. So.
Hold on, who wears blue?
That's his favourite colour.
He liked dark blue.
So how did you swing that one, Buff?
You
need to get away with that. How did you swing what? You don't show your 7th kit or something?
Yeah,
but he's Chelsea.
Oh right, he's Chelsea. Yeah,
no, I think no, but City. But obviously at that point, we're talking about blue. City had new money then, innit? It wasn't the Chelsea money.
I don't mind.
It was 6 years ago. But yeah, he liked the dark blue. So I wasn't going to mention the other side of it.
Oh, so he went
Chelsea. I let him choose. I was like, mate, you can choose who you want. I thought Liverpool, but at the time.
No, fair play.
So, I wasn't losing both. It's like Sky, Liverpool.
So then the Red Sea was set up, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I'm excited.
I think it's going to go a long way. I can see you guys drive commitment, knowledge. You've impressed me in the group as well with your knowledge about football as a whole.
Oh, this is Mr. Stat right here.
And
I've been called that before.
This is Mr. Stat right here.
And you also impressed me today with actually your overall just vibe about the game yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah. And even to be fair, the whole Klopp excuses. Like just like, nah. I mean, I kind of do get what you're saying. That because I thought, hold on, if it's played at Madrid, what's he talking about? But if it was played in
it's like a mini stadium.
I do get what he's saying. Yeah. I do think he's fishing a little bit, but it's what he does. It's like we can't. Listen, I was one of the first to be screaming way before the whole meltdown of this season that the passive aggressiveness of Mr. Klopp. Yeah, is I don't like it. Right?
The thing is
he's wound me up this year.
I can get what like all managers do it. Yeah. To be fair,
no, they don't.
Give respect.
Well, he just smiles when he's 4-0 down.
No, he does.
I'll touch on that one. I'll touch on that one. Real talk.
Give respect to Pep. I give respect to Pep, right?
Pep doesn't play no games.
Pep's very different. Yeah, he's
methodical.
He's an open book. So, like, do you know what really impressed me with Pep was the willingness. Chelsea 2-0 up. Damn it. Was the willingness?
Hold tight, Joe.
Yeah.
Hold tight, Joe. Yeah.
Lineker
to go in Istanbul.
to talk it.
Yeah, Pep's willingness to talk about tactics.
But listen,
the openness about
we
it.
spoke about this the other day. Yeah, you see when he gets asked stupid questions, he gives stupid answers.
Yeah,
you can tell. And when he gets asked questions about things, questions about things that aren't that football related, for example, about who are you signing or whatever. Right, this is not about City, but what that tells you is. He's like, I don't know. He asks very minimally when he's asked about because ultimately we've seen on the documentary.
Yeah.
He gets asked to list who he wants, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
when he gets, I don't know. That's not his job.
Yeah.
And those type of questions and questions about that aren't that good questions, he don't entertain
100%.
because he's a football geek.
Yeah.
You ask him about tactics, you saw. Well, then he's willing to answer your questions.
He's a student of the game. He's a student of the game.
But people saying, about money and that, he's like, that's not my job. We have people at the club that do that.
You saw very early days with Pep Guardiola, the time he spent with Johan Cruyff, another master of the game. He's been around. He's been around Bielsa. Been around Bielsa.
The best, and
he's
Styles.
But he got told to never get drawn out, and also when he was at Barca, I'm sure Jose was trying to draw him out, and he's like,
and this is it. He's been around, real football minds. And another footballing mind, Tito Ballanova, who succeeded him as Barcelona coach for a very small period of time before he passed away of throat cancer. Yeah,
okay.
He was another student of the game, so that kind of block that's come out of Barca, they're all just
that Arteta don't get drawn out
already.
Arteta
they're all
doesn't
just
get
wired.
drawn out.
The whole system at Barcelona.
But Jurgen gets.
Yeah, but you know what, right? I think that's his personality.
I think Fergie would have a field day with Jurgen.
I think that's his personality.
Would have been a good clash.
James, you are just destroying the cave.
I'm wrecking the cave.
Coming in here, treating it like
at least you're not the right side down.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, coming in, knocking down the Chelsea.
Oh God!
Get rid of this shit.
But this is not the Merseyside. Yeah, treat it with some respect.
No, I'll put Chelsea back up because they're doing the business.
They're
of the Champions
doing
League.
well.
I'll have to deal with that.
Ben Chilwell, 85th minute.
Jay, that was all
it
about
2-0?
you. He did that. He did that as a sign.
Do you know Jay's going to be camped in
2-0.
my
We've got
mentions.
He's going to be in position.
Just quick one. Make sure
Jay's
you like and subscribe. And when we finish, stay on because then you've got the Blue Wave podcast, which is going to be electrifying. It's going to be very vibrant, and he's going to be calling someone out. He's going to be calling someone out. And James, I think it may well just be you.
Nah, bring it in it. I'm surprised my phone's been booting off and he's not being in my mentions.
What can we expect from the Red Sea podcast? Because it's finished 3-2. So what can we expect from the Red Sea podcast? What are you going to bring?
Lots coming,
different.
We've had a lot of good interaction with other channels as well, hopping on, getting guests on. So that's been really fun. I've enjoyed that. We popped on a Spurs one the other day.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just pure Liverpool, and it was a different vibe to the Arsenal one. It was very much give and take.
And I can tell you now, there's going to be a lot more of that.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get more myself as a City fan, and everyone I speak to, I'm kind of saying, also, we have got this, and this, and we've gotten a big announcement once we have 5 minutes to speak to Ty. After that, we've got a really big announcement that's going to be massive for everyone as well and going to open a lot more doors. So so the whole thing, that's brilliant. And we spoke about, that was my rollout plan that we agreed was you do that, going and getting on. And again, you've been active getting out there. I think that's something that is vital, that you get on other ones.
Definitely.
And that they bring you on when you're playing teams.
I think we said from the get-go, that's when you and I spoke, when we'd agreed to team up.
Yeah.
We said that we wanted to build the momentum.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. We're not just going to go and drop a podcast on a page, because I've seen podcasts pop up. Yeah. I've seen podcasts pop up, and then in an international break, they disappear. Yeah. They go quiet. They go into hibernation. Yeah. no, it needs to be consistent content. The only way that we're gonna get to where we want to get to, and we're not trying to get world domination. We want to produce consistent and good quality content, and that is what it's about. Yeah. I would much rather have 10 people watch and be fully engaged than have 30 people come on, drop in and out, because you see the numbers go up and down. Yeah, you see the numbers filter up and down.
100%.
10 people consistently turning up, watching your pod week in, week out, liking, subscribing. That's going to get you where you need to get to, because those people are going to take that information and share it with other people and say, do you know what? I've been watching that Red Sea pod. I've been watching those boys for 4 weeks. Yeah, and do you know what? The content and quality is good. You need to get on with. You need to get onto them.
You know what? I think you're right, and I think Trafford Tunnel. If I'm being 100, Trafford Tunnel, the Blue Wave, and
I like what the Spurs boys are doing as well.
And the Spurs,
the Spurs boys.
Those three, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I like what the Spurs
no
boys
disrespect to the other ones. I think the other ones. I think the City one is a hard one. Our fan base is smaller. Such knowledgeable guys, and their podcasts are sensational.
And I like the City stuff as well, because it's the content is fitting.
Yeah,
fitting.
Absolutely.
It's fitting. Those boys know their stuff.
And the Arsenal boys, that is a tough market to make, because there's a lot of them out there.
That's the biggest channel already, isn't it?
Those boys are fitting as well, aren't they? Though with the way that they are, it's just fitting. It's perfect.
They're Arsenal to a T.
Yeah, they really are.
And I think that's something with you guys. Am I right that so this is, neither of you are from Liverpool, right? No. And I know it's one of Soup's biggest gripes is when people are like, oh, well, what makes you a Liverpool? Like, shut up. It doesn't matter.
Shut your mouth.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care where you're from.
I agree with it. I am blessed that I've got a really fitting story behind why I'm a City fan.
Yeah.
I could make up a massive story about my dad used to be in the Navy, and then he was posting.
I've heard a million
in Manchester.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've heard a million.
Mine's pretty basic. I was 96, 97. I was getting into football, so I just missed Euro 96 because I was more interested in playing outside. So I'm looking at the Premier League table and I'm like, right, my dad's like, pick a team. It's time to pick a team now. He's Luton Town. So they're my locals. Yeah. I'm thinking, okay, Man United and Arsenal basically swapping Premier League titles every season.
Yeah.
I want a sports team that's got a chance of winning, but isn't expected to. So that was Leeds, Chelsea and Liverpool. They were the next three at the time.
Yeah.
I like Steve McManaman and I like Red. Yeah. That was it.
I hate Steve McManaman. Steve McManaman, right?
He was my man. My guy.
He is the worst commentator. Who would believe he played for City the way he talks about us?
City.
But
he did it.
So
Liverpool. Yeah.
I was on a pod the other day.
Yeah.
A Leicester pod.
Okay.
And it was
that not the same guy?
No, it was another.
I really like him as well.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll get him. I'll get you.
Yeah,
Guys
really, really
it was another one, and it was LFC. It was a really big one actually.
Yeah.
And they were very active. They were asking a lot of comments, and then one of them was like, "So how long have you supported City for then?" So I just go,
leading that kind of way.
I just go, I go, it was probably about 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
The season when we just bought Robinho.
I was watching that. Yeah, I think I was watching that.
Just bought Robinho.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, right. I go, yeah. And at that point, I realised, we're going to start winning stuff.
Yeah.
I need to support City. Yeah. And he goes, oh, really? I go, no, bro. I go,
that's
what he wants me to say. Like,
he's just
trying to get me down there. That's the reason. But it doesn't. So what doesn't matter. And I think one thing that I think you two are both keen on, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you want to represent the people outside of Liverpool that need a voice and need to talk about Liverpool.
Well, we spoke about it before. There's such a closed thing. Unless you're Scouse, you don't seem to get followers. But a club like Liverpool, there's more Liverpool fans outside of Liverpool than there is inside. If you look worldwide,
geographically,
even UK, I reckon it's close.
Yeah.
You mean outside of
the actual
city itself?
But still in.
In England. Exactly. The whole of Wales basically.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Especially North Wales.
Huge.
Yeah, so there's a massive market out there.
But this is just it. It's about, and again, it comes back to it's just about the quality content, And we've got plans. So, guys, so you're aware, when fans are allowed back into stadiums, we're going to be in and around. We're going to be out there. You're going to see us. You're going to see our faces. We're going to be there because ultimately, it's about following your club. So we've got ambitions to follow us. Hopefully we make top 4 and get into Champions League. Hopefully.
This season top 4, you reckon?
2 points in it, 8 games to go. Never say never. Those are 2 hard games.
Yeah, we're nailed on.
I've already overtaken him in the odds, you know. We're evens now.
We overtaken him in the odds.
Chelsea evens, we're shorter.
Yeah. But this is just it. We want to follow the club all the way and take the people on the journey as well. Yeah. And there's not, and again, it's very easy to sit inside your house and talk about football and be a sofa fan. Yeah. To actually get out and follow your team, whether you have a ticket or not, because there's some pods out there which don't get tickets to games,
100.
but they're in and amongst the atmosphere.
Fully.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that as well. And I do think it's a market that needs to be represented.
Definitely.
I hold tight Republic of Ireland, Republic of Arsenal, an Arsenal pod that I've been on they're in Ireland. They've still got a fan base. And I'm going on a City pod that's from America. All these different fan bases, they still need a voice, and it's definitely wrong. I'm just trying to think, because we're definitely going to need a part 2. I mean, you guys are going to be an irregular. I would say we do a watch along, but I honestly do not believe I can ever do a City watch along with 2 Liverpool fans. I can't do it.
The funny thing is, you and I have spoken before about watching a City Liverpool game before, and we've gone, we should watch a City Liverpool game, and you've gone, I don't know why I even proposed that idea, because it's just not going to happen.
I'm not enough. Look, I can't do watch-alongs with fans of teams.
It's like the old fan zone on Sky.
I can't really watch football. I can't watch football with many people. Like if it's my team, if it's City, I don't really want people around me because
my brother's the only one I'll watch opposition with.
Who?
You know, my brother. If it's United Liverpool, we can watch there without going crazy in each other's
faces. Is he the Chelsea fan or?
He's United. My son's Chelsea.
Nah.
I know.
Good lad. Samuel.
And that's it though.
What's that man at Samuel? Still.
I've tried to watch football with Ryan, and
Chelsea,
that must be hard work. I'm not going to lie, James. I actually think, joking aside, there's something. There's a City podcast. I could watch that with you.
Easily.
I actually think I could, apart from watching City Liverpool, I could watch football.
Yeah, of course.
Because despite the way I said, I don't know if you are Liverpool over football. I do know you're really into your football.
Yeah, massively.
I couldn't watch football. I can watch a game with Ryan.
Nah.
He will just pick up on the most bizarre things.
But do you know what? Credit to my brother. His football brain's insane.
Yeah. But he'll pick up on these annoying things where you're like,
does it matter?
That doesn't matter. But now I'm going to get drilled for an hour
about
something that doesn't matter. Like he'll cling on to these facts.
I remember
just move the word he's saying
100%.
Slightly.
I remember watching Ryan play football growing up, and he was a striker. And certain man will know about his credentials, and I have to shout him out on this. Top draw striker. His football knowledge and how to play the game is insane. And you're right, because he's so into it, he gets in deep, and he's looking at like how many touches within a section of the pitch, and how and the heat map and all of that. He's way in there. Whereas me, I'm like, right, it doesn't matter, innit? Like, it wasn't a goal, so it doesn't matter. End product, it don't matter. Yeah, but he could have potentially got right. It don't matter. Drop it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at these Chelsea boys.
So like you say, we jumped on the Insta, but win, lose or draw, we jumped on.
The Insta live
last night.
I think you know what, and that's something that is if a team loses and you go on, that is commendable. One thing I will never expect anyone to do that, because your mood, your family, your family, all them type of things are more important than that. However, hold tight, Arbies. We need to keep it moving, because I know we've got the Chelsea top coming. But there's something I want to touch on, James, because I know it's something you really want to speak about. And it's very relevant, especially with the game that I believe is tomorrow night. Is it Arsenal tomorrow night?
No. Yes. Yeah.
So
Slavia Prague.
Is football in race? Racism in football.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what? Of all the clubs recently, with all the racism that's been circulating, well, you look at
yesterday, I think was it Naby Keita got
and
Trent got racial abuse as well.
And this is
right. So let's be clear, right? This is on social media.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And do you know what? I was so shocked to see that from my club, because I've not encountered it like that from our club. I've not encountered it.
Yeah, I don't even know if it is though. 100% though. I've looked on Twitter, and there's a lot of Spanish fans.
Here's a little theory.
Messaging
Right. a lot of clubs are saying they haven't seen that from their club, right?
It's out there.
Ultimately, it is out there. Let's not deny it. It's in the UK. We know that. However, another thing is that you have to realise, and this is just in any war, you can look at the riots in Bristol, right? Yeah. Did the people that caused those riots in Bristol actually care about what the protests were about? No, there were a load of people that just wanted to cause. So the same way, like, you're around Liverpool fans that care about Liverpool, right? There might be fans that care about racism, but also happen to tell their friends if they have to choose a side. Well, I'm Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So all of a sudden, they're not really Liverpool fans. They're just aligning themselves. They're fans of racism. Like that's what them man are bothered about. They're not bothered about football. And the same with every club. These are just like, they're not true fans. They're just like, well, if I support someone, they're racist. Like, so that's why you don't know about them, and you probably don't mingle.
I just think that it just doesn't have a place in the game, man. Like,
not a chance. Doesn't have a place in society. Full stop.
Society.
Kick it out.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. My son plays a lot of football. Yeah, you lot obviously hear me talk about my son quite a bit and his football and whatever, not so on and so forth. Not my son being 8 and experiencing racism.
Jesus
on
Christ.
The pitch at
Jesus
8.
Christ.
Yeah.
He's experienced
at 8 years old on the football pitch. Yeah, I won't name the side, but it's a Bedfordshire side, outskirts of Bedfordshire side. Yeah, where this has happened.
Tragic,
right?
tragic, absolutely tragic.
And I've messaged the coach, and I've said to him, "This is," because the coach wasn't there; it was his assistant that was there. I've messaged the coach and said, "This is what's happened with your team," and he's gone, "Well, yeah, I can't really see how it's happened because my my missus, she's black." That's not an excuse, bruv.
That's how it's happened.
That's how it's happened. Oh yeah, my daughter's mixed race, and listen, that's not an excuse, bro. Just because you know someone who's of a particular origin or descent or whatever, not someone. That does not make you a racist. It makes you complicit.
The one thing I'd say about that guy is, I'm not going to straight out go, he's racist.
No, you're complicit
because the fact. Like I'm not saying you go and get yourself a mixed race missus and you're no longer racist. I'm certainly not saying that. 100%. What I am saying is, however, he's showing signs that he can definitely be educated.
100%.
He's not like, nope, I hate everyone that's from anywhere apart from England. He's showing signs that he just needs to be educated.
100%.
Like, he needs to, but you need to very quickly let him know that them type of things.
But you have to want to be. You have to want to learn it. You can't just. I feel like the British public and a lot. Not. It's not. You know what? We can only talk about where we're from. Yeah. So I feel like the British public almost blinkered to it.
Yeah.
That don't happen over here. But ignorance is bliss. Just because it doesn't happen to you doesn't mean it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what's your take on it?
I completely agree. I mean, like you say. Like you said, I can't believe it's still here in 2021. You know, we've gone through 80s and when it was probably at its worst. 20, 30, 40 years later, we're still talking about
the same thing.
How is? I mean, I'm almost a bit naive to believe it. I can't believe it's still making part in the game.
It's an interesting one, right? But do you sometimes think So I think we have to talk about it. We have to out it.
You can't sweep under the rug, can you?
Sometimes that seems to bring the racists to the surface, right? And make them want to speak louder. Like,
I just think in
it's like they're ready for a battle, and like now all of a sudden they want to.
In the year 2021, it almost seems like it's acceptable to have these views.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in school, you'd get a man that would say a few little things and this and that, but they weren't forward with it. Yeah, they weren't forward like that because they couldn't be forward like that because certain things would have to run after that.
Yeah.
Whereas now, there's no fear of any reprieve. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no fear.
No,
these views are almost like.
Do you know what? I think the other thing is that I think one of the biggest problems we're facing at the moment is this. There's too much defense of it. Almost like, we're not allowed to speak our mind anymore. That seems to be like, and that almost seems to be fueling people having more. I can speak my mind, therefore I can have serious opinions. But your opinions are so close-minded. Like 100%. Your opinions are so thick. Like your opinions are just so. It's I mean, yes, it's bad in football, but if we're being honest, it's bad in this
society
country.
in general.
And then I hate to say it, but in Europe, it ain't no better.
No,
it's, in some places in Europe, it's worse.
I just don't get why it's some people's default setting. Like, you know, we mentioned Cater and Trent both had bad games last night. Yeah, but me and James can criticise them about their football.
Yeah,
but
about bringing
why is everyone's default setting to go to a racist remark?
Right. Yeah. So just can't get Soups once told me a sensational story, right, about how what was the film? The film, superhero film, and it had an all-black cast.
Black Panther.
Yeah, great vibe. And obviously there was a lot of talk in our generation, certainly, about how
it was groundbreaking.
It was sensational. Yeah. The whole cast was black. Right? Yeah. That's amazing, commendable, brilliant.
Yeah.
However, Soups asked his son what his son thought about it, and his son was amazing acting, amazing, and said to his son, how about the fact that the whole cast was black? His son was like, didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's like
didn't even know.
That is racism beaten, right? That is an equal play that someone is saying.
Didn't cross my mind.
Didn't even.
Yeah.
Like, and that is like, wow, that is what it should be.
It's funny you say this because Black Panther was a groundbreaking thing for our generation, yeah? Because I remember me and you talking about it. Remember me and Mario talking about it. I remember me and my cousin talking about it. It was a huge thing. That was a groundbreaking thing for us. And we were, and as a community, it's a feel of pride. See what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to, I enjoyed sharing that moment with my son. Or with my sons. I enjoyed sharing, and I enjoyed my son seeing Black Panther figurines on the
seeing superheroes that
represent them, that identify as in the same way they do. Because my son likes Captain America. He likes Hulk. He likes Spider-Man. He likes all of that.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what, James? Let me be very clear as well at this point. Very clear at this point. Even though my son was like, didn't even notice, whatever. I didn't notice that was like, because I said to him, I put that in his strategy. I was like, and what did you think about all like black superheroes and blah blah blah? He was like, I didn't even notice, whatever. He didn't think about it like that. I'm not saying don't mention. Or don't mention it. It's 100%. There or whatever. Yeah. I was just saying
because you were telling me how it was interesting that is his view, and to me it's like that's a view we need because if someone says something about Trent had a bad game, the default should not be well, like the default should just not be anything to do with colour. Like nothing. You're not saying where he's born. No. You're not saying that's because he's from Barnet or something like.
It's ridiculous.
The beauty of it is that your son in that situation. When colour was a prominent topic, he didn't see colour, and that is a beautiful thing.
That's what I want.
There's so many qualities you want to discuss before you get to 100%. Like, it doesn't need to be discussed, man. Like,
have these conversations.
Do you know what? The worst thing is, you can actually. The maddest thing is, if you can actually link it back to, and I can't because I don't get a link. But imagine if you could say, right. So if you were talking about a sprinter and you related it back to, well, they are from the Caribbean or this and the DNA or something like that. Cool, that's fine, right? But when you're just his skin's a different color. Like that I'm sorry that
it's stereotypical.
That's why and that's what I'm saying. So that's exactly why, even though my son didn't think about
it wasn't in the
forefront. It wasn't that. It wasn't in the forefront of his mind.
Yeah,
I pushed it to the forefront of his mind. Just to say, and what did you think? Because it was all black superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
And then I watched after I said that. I watched him be like, I watched the clogs.
It twigged. It dropped.
The clogs turned. I'm like, this, and that. So I left it there, and then I waited for the next thing that he was going to say.
Yeah, of course.
So the next thing he was like, are there any other like films where blah blah blah? And I said, no, son, actually they're not. There aren't any other films where there are prominent black characters and stuff like that. However, this was a moment and this was a movie and this is how this is the first time for me to see a prominent black superhero, this and that.
In your 30 plus years of life.
So now you're I think at the time he was probably like 15. I said, so now you're 15. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, yeah, Dad, I feel proud. I said, okay, yeah. I said,
And that's where it
I
should
said, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel as well. And what I will feel more proud about
Yeah.
is if we can move on
Yeah.
and this is normal for me.
Yeah.
It's normal for you.
Yeah.
This will be normal for your brother and sister.
Yeah,
This will be normal for this and stuff like that.
Of course.
So if any time you see a time where you wish, oh, I wish we had like a black superhero, or we wish this and stuff like that. Don't feel angry that you haven't had it.
Yeah.
Feel proud that it's now happened now.
Yeah, 100%.
And then now we will, moving forward,
Yeah.
you'll probably see this more. You'll see that more. You'll
Yeah,
see that
yeah,
more.
yeah.
You'll see this more.
Yeah.
That's how I wanted to
Yeah.
present it to my son.
So we have not even scratched the surface with you guys.
We don't even know you guys, bro.
And we need more. So we need a part 2.
Yeah.
Whether it be next Wednesday. When are you guys playing in the Champions League next?
Tuesday, is it?
Next
No,
Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
yeah.
Next Wednesday.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's up to you, man, isn't it?
No. I'm watching that. It's solid.
I think that might be City. To be fair,
I'm
City are playing as well.
I'm watching that.
I'm watching that in
total
solitude.
Solitude.
So maybe the Wednesday after. And by then we'll have the intro. So maybe we'll come back in 2
That sounds good.
Wednesdays
We'll run the
time.
intro.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Because we need to. I know the Chelsea boys are eager to get on.
Yeah.
But I just want to really quickly ask all of you a question, and we're going to leave it there,
Mhm.
right? So I'm going to say first, if we're talking about a no, in fact, I'm going to ask you first. What is your right? So probably one of the most powerful black films that I've ever seen is Hotel Rwanda.
Okay.
Soups.
I've got, obviously, the age I am, I've got to say Colour Purple, bro.
Okay.
I've got to say Colour Purple.
James.
Mate, I can't get away from how groundbreaking Black Panther was, man. That was a moment. Honestly, that was such an iconic moment, and I think it's the fact that I got to experience it with both of my eldest sons.
Yeah. I think that's probably
That to me is priceless.
Yeah.
And seeing my boys do the whole and this
That's
and that,
cool.
and we're vibes in. You know, we even do it now. Like when they see me like this and that.
T'Challa.
That is a moment. So
And
it's
Adam,
got to be Black
I
Panther.
don't want to put no pressure on you because I don't know what films you're into.
No. I mean, I was trying to wrap my brain quick, but I mean, when I was growing up, I've less of a film, more of an actor. Will Smith was the guy for me. Like following him out doors.
Will Smith is probably
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, he was the first guy that I was seeing. The main character in more than big
You did.
films.
You literally with Will Smith. You didn't even see his colour, did you?
No,
you didn't.
Exactly. Until you ask the question, I'm like, oh, I need to
Now,
think
do you know
about
what?
it.
That is bang on. You did not see his colour, and that's a great one. But as a kid, if you actually think back, not once did I be like, oh.
No, I don't.
And do you know what? Actually, if I think back, there's a lot of actors that I wasn't like, hold on a second.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
It kind of makes you think, what are these people seeing?
It's a brilliant film.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure.
Next time you're in, we're going to have the intro as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I promise you we'll have it.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. Do it
I'm
right.
looking
Yeah,
forward to-
100%. We do it right, man.
looking forward to you guys being in here a lot more
Yeah,
and seeing everything the Red Sea pod produces.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to watch full episode. I'll be 100.
And
We'll do
like
the
I
highlights
said,
reel.
that's it. And like we said from the get-go, what you're going to get from us is we're not just going to release something for the sake of releasing it.
No.
It has to
Planned,
be
isn't it?
right. Yeah. If it's not right, it's not going on the podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah. Quality only. And with that being said, obviously, I want to shout out my guys over at Red Sky Pod.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Steve and those boys over there.
yeah. Really
Honestly,
good
they're
on
doing some real good
Yeah.
stuff.
And I love the support as well. I do love the support from them guys.
Yeah,
as well.
They're
definitely.
popping on the old comments as well.
Yeah, no. I really
enjoyed that.
appreciate the support from them. I know you've got a link up going on there.
And
And
obviously-
hopefully a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys are really keen to do some stuff. They're good guys. They're
Doing a tier list tomorrow with them.
they've got a tier list going on
That's
tomorrow
nice.
with them on Red Sky Pod. Ultimately, with those boys, their knowledge about the club
Yeah.
is insane.
Plus, it's 20 years before us, so
Yes,
it helps.
You know what? And actually, this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Next year, when you, man, do a pre-game
Yeah.
against Arsenal,
Mhm.
right? I want you guys to have microphones, right? So the volume's correct, yeah?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Don't write my iPad.
I said it
My
would
iPad would be good.
How, like, joking aside, the
Yeah.
City and Liverpool rivalry, let's push that to one side for a second.
yeah.
Let's push the Manchester and Merseyside rivalry to one side. How have you let Arsenal fans win and look like their club, can talk to
Do you think
you,
they
man?
did on that channel?
Yes, I do.
No, they listen. They listen.
I mean, it was awkward when they lost 3-0 afterwards.
They won the battle. They won the battle, but they didn't win the war.
But when the host is Arsenal, it's always an uphill battle.
When the host is Mario, it's an uphill battle. that guy can win any argument.
He was out today.
They wanted, more than half the combined 11 to be Arsenal.
It's mad. It's mad. How
we only just got 6.
It's mad.
Somehow, only because we combined our votes.
And you got to think they were voting for Trent, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But next year you can't let Arsenal fans talk to you.
Nah, we need a neutral host. We need time on that.
That's got to be a commitment from.
Welcome to the neutral host tonight.
Yeah, where were you, bruv?
Where
were you?
We were here commenting. You need Luke to sit down, but we might be trying. But listen, we need to keep it going. Thank you for coming on, and we will get you back very, very soon for part 2.
Definitely check out the Twitters.
What is Twitter actually?
So at the South Scouse on Twitter and the Southern Scouse on Instagram, and at the Red Sea Pod on both for us.
Yeah, definitely. At Tiago's_father89 on both. I set up a new Instagram. And guys, the Tiago's father thing before I get people in my mentions.
We got to explain this.
My youngest son is called Tiago, and he is older than the move of Tiago to Liverpool.
Yeah, but what's his surname?
And his surname is Allison. So it's just it's all aligned. It's all aligned. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us on.
Enjoyed it.
It has been Chew the Fat. I'm Daps. That's Soups.
We say.
Yeah.
Tiago's father.
Tiago's father.
Catch us on Friday, where we have Bits and Bobs back for part 2. Let's see it's as controversial as part 1.
It's going to be great.
Make sure you stay right here, because in literally probably 2 minutes, the Blue Wave's going to be here. It's going to be bossy as hell. Jay's going to be calling out James.
I want to watch that.
No doubt. We're watching it right now, and we'll all comment.
Knocking off my mentions.
We're out.